Hello and welcome to the tutorial for ordering of Canvas products on the NulabGroup Cloud software. So I have signed into the website here and I'm going to go directly to the cloud ordering software. It takes just a minute to load. And then once it's all loaded up, you select your type of product. So you can see here there's a wide range of products available through the cloud software. We're going to go for a canvas wrap. And then once all the products have loaded, you can see in here there's also a couple of other products: fine art paper, the large format fine art paper, canvas print only, but we would like a wrap print. And I'm going to order that in I think I will select a 16 by 20 stretch canvas. So first things first, pop yourself in a title, project title, and choose your wrap type. You can actually change this later on as well, so it isn't set in stone. So if you do change your mind, don't worry. But at this point I'm going to select an image wrap, so I'd like the image to be wrapped around the edge. But you could also choose to have a black wrap, like so, or you choose frame color white and you can choose a white wrap. So there are your options, but for this particular purpose I'm going to choose the image wrap and click next. And you choose a photo. For the purpose of this one, I firstly will choose this photo to show the rotate feature. So I'm going to choose a portrait oriented photograph and select open. So because it's a large photo, it's just going to take a little while to upload. This all just depends on your internet speed at your end, how long it takes for a photo to upload. Okay, so you can see here that the preview for the product is in a landscape orientation. So if I do a send to background, which is this arrow here, all the little icons have a function. This one, send to background, basically sends the image to the canvas, and it will fill the space. So it'll grab the middle of the image and put that in the middle of the product and fill the space, and then crop everything else off. So I'm going to click that just to show you what will happen. So that's a perfectly lovely image, but it's put it in a landscape orientation as opposed to the portrait which the original photograph was. So that's fine if you want it that way. Alternatively, what you would need to do to get it to sit properly is, so I'm going to delete this now, so by clicking background and delete image. So firstly I will rotate the image, so rotate it and then send it to background, then keeps that portrait style even though it's sideways. But so you can appreciate that that's how to go about doing that. As I said earlier, you can change your product selections at this point. So if I wanted to decide to have a white wrap on there, I would do like that. Or if I change my mind completely and wanted to go with black, then like so. Something worth noting at this point, the image wrap is a mirror image. So on this particular file, so you don't have to think about including additional space within your file for the wrap, because what the software does when you order through NulabGroup Cloud, it adds a 2-inch mirror wrap onto the edge of the print, which is then used to wrap around the frame of the canvas. So in this particular instance, you can imagine sort of 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, so it's all grass, and it wouldn't even be noticeable. If you do have a file that you think it will be noticeable because it's very tightly cropped, and you might have fingers that end up in the mirror wrap, things like that, then by all means contact us, and we can have a look at that for you and just work out the best way forward to make sure you get a product that you're 100% happy with. To show you something else that I think is quite useful, I'm going to go and delete this one again and I'm going to actually delete this photo here. You don't have to, but just to clean everything up, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to add more photos because I've changed my mind and I want to choose a different photograph. So I'm going to choose this one. I quite like using this one in my tutorials because it is a good one for showing how to adjust the background to fit your file in better. So as you can see from the preview, this little girl here is over to the left of the image and her arm is quite close to the left hand border there. So I'm going to center background like we do pretty much all the time with these types of products. To explain, you can actually drop the file in like so. Okay, and then you have to resize it yourself to make it fit, which is just really fiddly and could end in errors. You know, you might end up cropping something off that you didn't want to, or you know, I think it's just far more user friendly and a far easier option to use this center background button for these types of products. So we're going to center background. And you can see here this lovely little girl, her hand has been chopped off, which we don't want. And I know I've got more image to play with, so I'm going to go background, adjust background, and you can see all this shaded area are the bits that the software has decided to chop off because it's picked up the center of the image, placed that in the middle and cropped everything else off that doesn't fit. You can move this box around. You can also adjust like so and so on. So what I would do personally is probably do that, and that's if I was going to stick with this particular size because the 1620 maybe isn't the right size for the ratio of this file. If I wanted to keep the file full, I would use a 1624 as my print size. So I would actually probably go back and change the product. So you go back to the beginning product selection and change it there. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to save. You can see that it's quite nicely set out now. She's no longer going to lose her arm, you know, that sort of thing there. So once you're happy, you send the order to the checkout and proceed with payment from there. So hopefully that's covered the basics for you and made it pretty straightforward. As with all things software related, once you've had a bit of practice, it becomes pretty straightforward. But if you do have any questions, we're always happy to help. Please give us a call or send us an email. Thank you.